Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for May 19th, week of May 19th, 2025. Of course, if you're finding this reading much later, then that's fine. Like spirit can talk through anything and anyone. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, even if that includes this entire message. And I hope you get something out of this. Let me know if you do, because I would love to know. Alrighty, here's your past, present, and future. And then good things to come. Or the good stuff. The good stuffs. Alright, you are the second person to get this particular card. It's like, there seems to be themes sometimes between signs, which means everybody's going through something or mastering something. Alright, so let's start with your past, alright? So we have Five of Swords, Six of Cups, and Six of Swords. All right, so you have two sixes here. Two sixes, which to me, sixes are like you're doing what you need to be doing. You're going where you need to be going. Like you're making sure that your cup is full so you can give to other people, and you know what to look out for, the red flags, and you are very meticulous in the way that you're going, like very strategic in the way that you're going. Okay, so let's put this together though. Try not to squish my cat down there. Okay, Five of Swords. That's pretty graphic, isn't it? Five of Swords. It is a card of conflict. And so this could have been something small, something big. You even see like this person hiding that they may have been protecting them from, And so I see in this card though, you standing up for yourself. That's what I see. I see, okay, there may have been conflict. I don't know what that conflict was. Apply it to your life how you will. But I see, like, in the midst of this situation, you stood up for yourself. And you knew who you were and what was okay and what wasn't okay. That's what I see in this card. There's one lone person, and that's you. Like, nope, nope, you're not going to come at me. You are not going to come at me. I know who I am. I can take you all on. No problem. If you want to come at me, if you want to fight, then okay. But I'm going to win. Because I know who I am. I know my strength. I know my power. And then because of that, so this was Six of Cups reversed. I think this situation, if I'm being honest, like this was a hard situation, whatever the situation was, apply it to your life. It was a hard situation, so you weren't feeling like it was a situation that gave you life, right? That filled your cups, that left you feeling balanced and full enough to give to others and to nurture yourself. Six of Cups is our inner child card. Nurturing the wounds of our past. It doesn't have to be just your inner, like your childhood days, right? It could be any time in your past. Typically though in our life, we start off life with mother wounds, father wounds, traumatic events. A lot of us do at least, and so that shapes who we are in our 20s, and I think in our 30s and 40s we are working to heal from that and to become better people. Some of us who choose to do that. And that is what this is about. Nurturing yourself, making sure that your wounds from whatever this was are tended to. And so this is a reminder to like tend to yourself. And then the Six of Swords, I just see, so this is another confirmation to me that whatever this situation was, you stood your ground. And you were like, not today, Satan. Like, no, 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 no. Like, I know what I'm worth. It could be relationship, it could be a career, you know, again, apply it to your life. But this is like lessons learned. Each sword is lessons learned, right? Swords are wisdom. There are thoughts. There are words. They're what we've stored in our mind. Okay, like, okay, I learned that. Store that. I learned this from this. I'm going to store that. It's what's in your mind, and you've learned what you'll take, what you won't take, and because of that, though, in this past situation, you were able to go from point A to point B seamlessly, unscathed. That guy, unscathed. But tend to the wounds, because even if you come out on top, it doesn't mean the situation didn't hurt, you know. Okay, and then we have you in your present. We have Knight of Wands. And this dude is riding a lion, which is strength, power, courage. Courage to move forward away from the situation. Like, nights are all about movement and how we move in our soul's purpose, in our life purpose. And this is the Knight of Wands. Wands are all about our passions, our desires, our dreams, what we know is best for us and what we want to do in this life, what sparks our fire. Okay. And so this led to you getting to the other side of something, and then from there moving forward. So you're not just on a horse. Like, look, you're in this fire. I mean, wands are fire, but like, you're in this fire, right? But again, unscathed. Like, you have done so much work on yourself, so much work on your past, so much work on your inner child, right? Like, that you can move with courage out of situations you know aren't meant for you. Because of that, we have Nine of Pentacles, or Nine of Discs. Look at this card. Look at how beautiful that card is. It's beautiful. There's even all these, like, all these flowers, all this joy, because you are choosing to invest in yourself and what's best for you and your family. That family can include your dogs, cats, animals, okay? I am one of those people. So this is you making the best decisions for yourself and your life. Pardon my dog in the background, she has allergies. And you're like, that's not meant for me. These swords, this battle isn't meant for me. That's some petty high school bullshit, right? I'm going to instead move toward my light. Oh my god! Okay, my dog has allergies. Had a pause. Now we're back. Okay. Poor little baby has backward sneezing and sounds like she has asthma. For some reason, my animals just want to be with me when I'm recording, but can't say no. Anyway, so you chose to get out of that situation, all right, and move toward something that was more fulfilling for you. And, you know, Spirit's saying, like, that was the right move. And look what you're cultivating. Because you chose to get out of that situation that could have cut you off, but instead you stood your ground and you were like, nah, you don't want to pick a fight with me. You then, that planted seeds, not only for you, but for your lineage, of who you are, and what you will take and what you won't take, and what you want your children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, whoever, what you want them to cultivate, who you want them to be, how you want them to be courageous, to stand up for themselves. your plant, every decision that you make impacts those around you. And for those with families, it impacts your family. Because when you change, they change. And that leads us to the King of Discs. And the King of Discs, he's just in a good place. Now, this is reversed presently because this is what you're working on. Okay? This is what you're working towards, is the King of Discs. But let's put it right side up, okay? Look at that. Just calm, centered, knows who they are. Again, tarot has no gender. They know who they are. And they're comfortable and at peace with it. And they're stable. They're stable. They're stable emotionally, financially. You know, I mean, it doesn't mean that you're a millionaire or very wealthy. It could, but it just means that, like, you're secure in where you are today. Tomorrow might bring greater, material wealth or good, but today you're where you need to be. And look at the little birds. Look at the little bird, like new life, new growth. There's a snail and bamboo trees, and it's just like a serene, grounded, peaceful environment. Because you stood your ground. And you said, no, I'm not going to take that. And that is not for my highest and best. I'm not going to take that. I know who I am. And in the future, we have the star. And in the star, for this particular interpretation, I think you're just connecting to your highest and best, connecting to your north node. You're making decisions that impact your future for the best. That means you are connected to your higher self, to divine, to your spirit guides. Whether you pray to them or not, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whenever you make decisions that bring you peace, she's at peace, right? Then that means that you are connected to those who are for your highest and best, and those who are leading you toward a good future, toward the journey that you're supposed to be on, the evolution that you're supposed to take. Some people choose not to evolve. Other people, like yourself, choose to be a better person, even if they have to fight and stand their ground. That doesn't mean that you are a horrible person. No. We can stand in who we are and be immovable in that and know what we deserve and what we don't deserve. And if we need to fight, we fight. But you, in your future, even now, but like this is just spirit saying, like, you're on the right path. You're connected. You're moving forward. You're on the right path. That's what this star is. And Four of Cups reverse, Four of Cups right side up is, not seeing the gift that divine has for you, this new opportunity, because there was disappointment here, but this is reversed. And so I see this as, you know what's best for you. You take that opportunity and you move forward. And we have Eight of Swords here. Eight of Swords, I view it as, so there's two cards in the swords, where we are blindfolded and surrounded by swords. One is the Two of Swords and one is the Eight of Swords. And I view, whenever somebody is blindfolded in a tarot deck, that they are pausing to go inward and ground themselves. It doesn't mean that you're praying, okay? There are people who don't pray. That's fine. I do. But it just means that you're like pausing to make sure that the decisions that you make are right, but also protecting yourself, surrounding yourself with people and situations and environments that protect you, uphold your standards. instead of letting people in who would destroy this in your peace. This to me is just somebody at peace who can stand their ground, who knows their boundaries. And that's where you are in the future. That's where you're moving into the future. So all of this, like, you went through a hard situation, some kind of conflict. You decided, like, it wasn't for your highest and best. So you're going to move forward. You're going to move out of that. And the decisions that you've made are just connecting you more to your path, more to where you're supposed to, why your soul is on this earth. We are supposed to evolve. We're supposed to grow. That is why we're here. We're supposed to become the better version of ourselves that we can be and to heal our lineage, to heal our past, to heal our past selves, right? And then in the future, for the good stuff, we have the Tower, the Hanged Man reversed, and the Queen of Swords reversed. And this is the good stuff. So this is you choosing peace when situations come your way. And because of that, Spirit is saying, like, because you choose that, you choose to evolve and grow, whereas other people like freak out and they don't grow because they bind themselves in fear, like the Devil card. It's just binding yourself up, refusing to move out of fear or anger or resentment. But you are not choosing that. You are choosing a path of peace and for trusting yourself and your intuition and divine. And because of that, you are growing. Queen of Swords is reversed, not because that's not who you are, but this is where you're growing. This is who you're growing into. Somebody who listens to their own wisdom and intuition, the owl, and somebody who knows their boundaries. My tarot teacher called this the card of the motherfucking boundaries. Like, you just know your boundaries. You know what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. And you attract that in your presence. People can't even come up to you because you've built your boundaries. If somebody crosses that boundary, they don't want to. They don't want to cross your boundary. Not because you're a horrible person, but because that vibration doesn't vibe with your vibration. And if they cross, they're not ready. They're not ready for where you are. And so it won't go well for them because you aren't in alignment. So it just won't work, right? Like, they'll have to move out of your presence. They'll have to move out of your boundaries. Like, but I think your boundaries are so strong. You're going to attract the people that need to be in your life, the situations that need to be in your life. You're going to cultivate the environment that fulfills you. And that's for your highest and best, where you are connected to divine, where you are following your North Star. And then we have the Hanged One, right? The Hanged One shows up when we need a new perspective. But I see this card in the good stuff as whenever you do need to pause, you do it. That's why it's in the good stuff. The Spirit is saying, like, proud of you for going into these moments when you need to pause after something large and figure out where you're going to go. Good job for taking a moment and pausing and finding your direction, figuring out where you're going to go, finding a new perspective. How can I grow from this? Where can I move from this? What can I evolve into? What is my next step? What's for my highest and best? What brings me peace? Divine is saying, like, you're doing what you need to do to grow and to be in your highest self, like your soul's journey. You are evolving. You are growing beautifully. And Spirit is congratulating you on that. And yeah, I'm going to pull a card. So I pulled this came out before I did this reading. And it's this cute little Forest Fae deck. They don't give like explanations. But this is you. This kind of confirms it. I was wondering if it would. It says, be brave and fly above the clouds, which is what you've done. which is what you've done. And honestly, this isn't a coincidence, I don't think, that she is in the clouds. And you found your courage, right? Look at that line. You found your courage and you moved forward. Enough is enough. You know who you are. You have standards, you have boundaries. They're not going to be crossed. And if situations want to do that, then you're going to go your way. You're going to go a different way. I just feel somebody who just knows themselves very well and just knows, all right, I know what the red flags are because I've lived this life long enough to understand what these mean. That's not going to be part of my life. If I see a red flag, it's out. I'm going to move and only be in a space that edifies me, that cultivates my desires, my growth, that leaves my cup full. So I have enough to give myself and to give to others. Robin. Your card is the Robin. Superpower. Offering protection from storms, reinvention, releasing grudges, optimism, confidence, sharing stories and history, wisdom, another new beginning, a fresh, personal spring is always on its way. Mysteriously, it comes faster if you find productive things to do while awaiting its arrival. Sometimes there's hidden growth and opportunities in the in between. When Robin appears, prepare to begin a new chapter in your story. Note the things you'd like to change and look for the new ways of seeing, doing, being. Are you the main character in your life? If not, why not? I think you are, though. The Robin wants you to know the world is filled with spectacular wonders, including you. Your wishes can come true. Make sure you're wishing well. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, even if that includes this entire message. Have a great week.